Hey, it's John McEnroe. I'm the guy setting you up on court today. I'll be helping you play the greatest sport on earth. Let's get started with the basic lessons. First off, we're talking about how to move around the court and how to hit the ball. Let's watch a demonstration, and then you can try it out for yourself. In this demo, you'll learn how to reposition on the court and how to hit the ball back to your opponent. Let's get into it. One of the main things behind a quality shot is player positioning. To get a better position, always try to move back behind the baseline and to the center of the court after your swing. That way, you're best placed for the next shot. Standing back and letting your opponent's shot bounce will increase your chances of hitting the ball back at the optimal waist height. Use the move input to move around the court and reposition in the center of the court behind the baseline after each shot. It's a pretty common mistake to stay in no man's land. No man's land is the area just inside the baseline up to the service line. Hitting the ball from here is hard. There's less time to react, and chances are that's where your opponent's shot will bounce to. A ball hit at your feet just before or after the bounce is always going to be tough to control. If you want to hit the ball after the bounce, it's best to stand farther back. Get close to the baseline and allow yourself some extra time to set your stance and get a comfortable shot from the waist. That'll get you some extra control and a more effective aim on your next shot. Now the player's back in an ideal position. Let's see how to deal with an incoming ball. Look, it's not rocket science. Press down on one of the shot inputs and release once the ball's getting close. That's how you do it, playing with style. Okay, so quick recap. This is the stuff to take away from today. If you think you've got all that, we can move on. Or if you want to go back some steps, we can run through the demo again. Start off by hitting a few balls. That's okay. Get the next one. Yeah, you're really getting this. After each shot, return to the center of the court behind the baseline to get ready for your next shot. Good job. Great work. Moving back to the center and staying out of no man's land are pretty vital, so keep that up. If you want more lessons, I have plenty here for you. Don't be a stranger. Hey, great to see you again. Today we're working on a vital part of a quality shot, the timing. We've got another demonstration to show you why timing is important and how the timing meter can get you results. Today we're talking about how to hit the ball with ideal timing. This is one of the most important aspects of your game, and mastering it will take you up to the next level. You'll pick it up just fine, but it takes some practice. Returning a ball is easy, but timing it to perfection, that's something else. Getting your swing at that exact right moment plays a huge part in your power and your precision. There's 4 possible results here: too soon, good, perfect, and too late. The ideal time to release the input is just before the ball reaches you. And just to underline, it's all about when you release the input and not when it's pressed. The timing meter is something you can use to know exactly when to release the shot input to get perfect timing. It appears above the player whenever there's an incoming ball. Releasing the shot input when the meter's in the green will hit a shot with perfect timing. Let's watch this player hit a few more balls. As you can see, hitting it with perfect timing gets you optimum precision and optimum power. Less than perfect timing? Not so much. The shot's quality will be lower and could give your opponent an opening. Release the shot input way before the ball gets to you or when it's gotten too close. Then the timing will be too soon or too late. Those shots are more likely to land into the net or head out of bounds. Okay, so here's a quick recap on what we've learned here. You think you got that? If not, we can run through the demo again. Let's have a warm-up. Hit a few balls, then we can focus on timing. You're making great progress. Now I'm looking for shots with good or perfect timing. No pressure. Yeah, you're really getting this. Try to release the shot input when the timing meter reaches the end. Don't worry, this is why we train. Good stuff. Remember that hitting the ball with perfect timing will always give your shot power and precision. I'll see you next time you feel you need another tennis lesson. I'll be waiting. Hey, great to have you back. Today we're aiming ground strokes and talking about how aiming relates to movement. We've got a demo ready to roll, so let's take a look. Okay, so today we're learning how to move toward the ball and how to aim your shot. You'll also learn the aspects of aiming quality and how to make your shots land close to a line. Before you know it, you'll be hitting winners left and right. To get there, though, first you'll need to move toward the ball using the aim input. In this example, the player's moving around the baseline to hit these shots. The important thing to understand when it comes to aiming is that you don't need to start aiming your shot early for it to bounce close to the line. You only need to aim with the aim input when you hit the ball. Up until that point, the aim input is used to control your movement. That means you can decide where to aim until the very last moment without losing precision. You can watch what your opponent is doing and decide where to aim right up to the moment you hit the ball. Let's drop the curtain a little. Here we're drawing an aiming arrow on screen to show the aiming direction when you hit the ball. Notice how pushing the aim input left and right will aim near the sidelines, and pushing the aim input up or down will aim near the baseline or net. So that's the direction of your shot covered. Let's move on to aim quality and how to make shots land as close to the line as possible. Pay close attention where this player is aiming. There are a lot of factors that go into your shot bouncing close to the line, as shown by the green area of the arrow. Things like if you have perfect timing, if your forehand or backhand attribute is high, if the ball you receive is easy to hit, if you're not tired. These all play into it. A ball is considered easy when it's slow, and if you can hit between waist and shoulder height. Let's go back to this player's aim. On the other hand, your shot is likely to bounce far from the line, where the arrow here is red, or even to go into the net when your timing is off, when your forehand or backhand attribute is low, when the ball you receive is hard to hit, or when you're getting tired. A ball is considered hard to hit when it's fast or low when it reaches you, or both. Look how this player pressed the aim input deep toward the right sideline. He hits the easy shot with perfect timing, and the ball goes in by the line and wins the point. Now we've got a similar shot, but the ball's moving fast, and the player's timing is too late. The ball sails out of bounds wide and into the doubles out. That's obviously what you want to avoid. Next, look at this guy with high forehand and backhand attributes and how well he aims. See how it makes it so much harder for their opponent to return the ball with a quality shot? When this other player with lower attributes aims, not so good. They can't aim as close to the line as easily, making it far easier for their opponent to hit good shots and pile on the pressure. That's it for this lesson. Now get out there and put all these wise words into practice. I don't want them wasted. Mastering this part of the game is essential, so feel free to watch again if you need. Here you can see an aim arrow, like we saw in the demo. This should help you understand when the transition from movement to aiming happens. Okay, start with aiming near the sidelines. All right, good. Now aim deep toward the baseline and short near the net. Now it's time to combine aiming techniques, so aim for the corners of the court. Great, nice aim. Keep at it. Get it with the next ball. Keep trying. So far, so good. But we're gonna do one more round without the aim arrow and see how you manage. Really great shot. That was great. Don't forget that aiming quality is determined by many different things. So if you ever need a refresher, you can always come back and run lessons again. There's only one more lesson before we test your skills against an opponent, so don't be a stranger. Hello again. The training train needs to keep rolling, so let's move to the next lesson. In this lesson, we're learning various different ways to improve your serve, alongside how best to aim it. Coming up is a demo to explain normal and power serves and how to direct them. In this demo, you learn how to serve with precision and power and get the best out of the most crucial shot in tennis. There's multiple different ways to serve. Here we're going to cover normal and power serves, which are initiated by pressing or holding a serve input. Releasing the serve input early triggers a safe normal serve. Accurate, but not very powerful. Holding the serve input until the power indicator appears triggers a power serve. It's more powerful, but also harder to control. Next, let's look into how to aim and to pick the spot where you want the ball to land. If you don't push the aim input, the ball will bounce close to the center of the service box. Pushing the aim input will move your aiming spot in that direction, away from the center of the service box. You can use the visual indicator to see and adjust your aiming spot until you hit the ball. You only need to aim with the aim input when you hit the ball. Now that you know how to select your aiming spot, it's important to know what determines how close or far the ball will land to that spot. The ball is more likely to land close to your aiming spot if your serve attribute is high, if your timing is perfect, and if you're not tired. If your serve attribute is low, if your timing is off, or if you're tired, the ball will have a wider spread around your aiming spot. The shot will be less accurate. Okay, so let's get the rundown on what we've covered here. Do you feel you've got the measure of normal and power serves now? If not, as always, feel free to watch the demo through again. Let's start with some normal serves. Don't hold the shot input for that long. Try again, but release the shot input quickly for a control shot. Okay, time to move on to power serves. Go ahead and continue with power serves, but I'm also going to need you to nail good or perfect timing. Now hit a normal or power serve into the highlighted area. Don't forget that quality timing is critical when aiming serves down the tee or out wide. Once you get that timing and aiming down, your serve should go in. Great work. Focus on your timing. Keep it in between the lines. That's okay. Get the next one. Remember, quality timing is important to ensure your serve goes in. Once you get that timing and aiming down, your serve should go in. Keep at it. Get it with the next ball. Focus on your timing. Yeah, you're killing it out there. This is going to be an exciting lesson. You're going up against a real opponent. Let's take everything you've learned so far and put it into practice. Remember to keep moving and position yourself correctly on the court. Pay attention to your timing and aim your shots to make them difficult to reach for your opponent and to open the court for your next shot. Now I want you to show me you understand everything we've covered so far. Play some points against an opponent and show your progress. Be sure to release the shot input when the timing meter is in the green. Release the shot input when the timing meter hits the green zone. You're hitting a lot of shots in no man's land. Remember to move back and reset. Try to release the shot input when the timing meter reaches the end. You're making great progress. While aiming a serve, there's a higher chance for error if you're aiming far to one side. But we'll come on to aiming your serve later. Be sure to release the shot input when the timing meter. Really great work out there. If you want to take your game further, we've got more advanced lessons. And clearly, feel free to drop by and revisit these basic lessons whenever you feel the need. Now it's time to take a look at the advanced lessons. Today we're going back to ground strokes. This time around, seeing the difference between control and power shots, as well as various shot types. This demo will explain the how and why of the various ground strokes. We're back with an advanced lesson on how to hit ground strokes with different levels of power and different types of spin. Ground strokes are shots played after the ball has bounced once, and they're most common when playing from the baseline. To return an incoming ball back to your opponent, press any of the shot inputs. There are 3 shot categories that can be applied when hitting a ball: control shots, power shots, and normal shots. A tap of a shot input will get you a control shot. You'll see a crosshair icon appear when you hit one successfully. Control shots have high precision, but lower spin and power. They're good when you need to hit close to the line. You've got to be careful, though. Control shots aren't super powerful, so they're easier for your opponent to attack if they can reach it in good conditions. Next up, we've got power shots. With these, you need to hold a shot input until the power meter is filled red. Then you release to hit the power shot. These are great when you want to give your opponent something that's hard to return, or to put the ball out of their reach altogether. Power shots aren't forgiving when it comes to bad timing, though, so they bring a dose of risk to the party if you don't play them right. And then there's your normal shots, which are ones you play when your shot is neither a control shot nor a power shot. Regular shots you play by holding the input down, but then release before you filled up the power shot meter. They are less precise than control shots and less powerful than power shots, but keep things going. With all that in mind, let's look at the 5 different shot types you can hit, each dependent on which button you use to activate your swing. The shot types available are flat, topspin, slice, lob, and drop shot. Let's look at flat shots first. pressing the flat shot input will hit a flat shot. These are the fastest shots you can use. Power flat shots should be used to try and hit a winner, or to hit the ball so hard it will be difficult for your opponent to control. Power flat shots are more efficient when your power and forehand or backhand attributes are high. You need to be careful though. Flat shots have a higher chance of going into the net or going out than other shots if they're not timed properly. They can't be used effectively for short cross-court angled shots either. For those, you need topspin shots, which conveniently enough are next on the list. To pull off a topspin shot, press the topspin shot input. Topspin shots are a medium-speed tactical shot that are great for setting up your next hit. You can use them to get extreme short cross-court angles that really push your opponent off to the side, which then open the court for your next shot. Then again, because topspin shots bounce high, if they land short in the center of the court, they can turn into easy shots for your opponent. Up next are slice shots. You hit these by pressing the slice shot input. They are the slowest shots a player can hit, which means they also have the longest air time. This can be used to your advantage when you've been pushed to the side of the court by slicing the ball back and using that time to reposition. Slice shots also have a low bounce, which makes them perfect to neutralize your opponent's power shots and to force them into hitting a difficult shot. They don't come without risk attached, though. If a slice isn't timed well, it can turn into an easy ball for your opponent. Next up, lobs. To hit a lob shot, press the lob shot input. These shots go high into the air. They're perfect for hitting the ball over the head of an opponent who's at the net. Just make sure that the lob you send goes far enough back into the court, or you risk setting your opponent up for an overhead smash. One last special shot type, the drop shot. To deliver one, press the drop shot input. A drop shot is a difficult shot to make, ideally landing right on the other side of the net and bouncing low. They're best used when your opponent is far behind the baseline or not expecting a drop shot. A good drop shot forces them to move inside the court and can really upset the dynamic of a rally to set you up for winning the point. A mistimed drop shot will likely result in an easy shot for your opponent. Drop shots are easier to pull off when you receive a slow ball that you can hit in good conditions. Okay, so let's recap on everything we just learned. Okay, so I know that was a lot of information. Do you want to watch the demo through again? Start off by hitting some control shots. You showed good feel with that control shot. Keep it up. Good, good. Now switch to power shots. Keep trying. Don't worry, this is why we train. Okay, now aim specific shots and nail some quality timing. Next up, let's hit some deep, flat power shots. Get it with the next ball. Be careful with your shot timing, or you could hit the net like that. That's too many shots from no man's land. Remember to move back and reset. Keep at it. careful with timing and aiming, or you might hit it right into the net. Try to avoid no man's land. Keep moving and stay in position. Don't worry, this is why we train. Now let's move on to short-angle topspin power shots. You're hitting a lot of shots in no man's land. Remember to move back and reset. Get it with the next ball. Keep trying. Great. Nice aim. Next on the list are slice control shots. These will help give you time to move back to the baseline. Release the shot input when the timing meter hits the green zone. Be sure not to overcook those backhands. Keep at it. Great. Okay, now, let's hit some lobs. Get it with the next ball. Try to release the shot input when the timing meter reaches the end. That's how you hit control shots. Now let's move on to drop shots. Hit them from your baseline. Good practice for disguising your intentions. Don't worry, this is why we train. Yeah, you're really getting this. You did great. You covered a lot of ground today. Lots of information on when and how to use the various shots of tennis. Welcome back to another advanced lesson. This time around, we'll be learning an additional way to serve, as well as how to improve your aim for it. As usual, we've got a demo I'll walk you through. This demo will see us learning about the different types of serves. There's two ways open to you to serve the ball. In addition to using the serve input for a normal or power serve, as we saw in the basic lessons, you can also use the advanced serve input for an advanced serve. Let's check out the differences. First, here's a refresher on how you hit a normal serve. You can tap one of the serve inputs to hit a low power serve. Beyond this, holding one of the serve inputs until the upward swinging motion of the serve starts will hit a power serve. Timing matters here, so I'd advise to practice until hitting serves with perfect timing becomes completely natural. Moving on to the second input method. To hit an advanced serve, press the advanced serve input and release it when the upward swinging motion of the serve starts. Just like holding a serve input, this method will get you a powerful serve that's hard to return. It's up to you to choose the method you're most comfortable with. Just practice with both and see which one you get the most out of. Okay, now aiming. We already covered aiming serves in a previous lesson. The aiming indicator should help you with that. Don't forget, you can go back to that lesson if you need. Right now, though, we're talking about spin, what sorts of spin the serve can have, and when it's best to use them. You could swing a flat serve with the flat serve input, or with the advanced flat serve input. These are the fastest and most powerful serves. Because of their speed, flat serves are great to combine with the powerful press and hold flat shot input, or flat advanced serve input techniques. Conversely, they're harder to aim close to the line and more likely to go out, so use them wisely. Next, topspin serves. You can initiate these with the topspin serve input or with the topspin advanced serve input. Topspin serves, also known as kick serves, put forward spin on the ball. This makes the ball arc higher over the net and then bounce higher than other serves. Because of that high arc, topspin serves have a lower chance of going into the net and are easier to keep inside the service box. The high bounce can also push the returner back and make the serve difficult to return with power and precision. Finally, the slice serve. To hit one of these, use the slice serve input or the sliced advanced serve input. Slice serves put side spin on the ball. This means you can use them to move your opponent out of their comfort zone and open the court for your next shot. Okay, so here's the overview of everything we've just covered. Are you ready to practice some serves, or do you want to watch the demo again? Let's warm up with something you're familiar with, the normal and power serve. Now we're moving on to the advanced serves. Don't forget that quality timing is critical when aiming serves down the tee or out wide. Yeah, you're doing good. Go ahead and start hitting some specific serve types while you're aiming them. Start off with flat serves. Keep at it. Get it with the next ball. Remember, quality timing is important to ensure your serve goes in. Once you get that timing and aiming down, your serve should go in. Don't forget that quality timing is critical when aiming serves down the tee or out wide. Remember, quality timing is important to ensure your serve goes in. forget that quality timing is critical when aiming serves down the tee or out wide. Once you get that timing and aiming down, your serve should go in. Remember, quality timing is important to ensure your serve goes in. Don't forget that quality timing is critical when aiming serves down the tee or out wide. Once you get that timing and aiming down, your serve should go in. All right, now hit a few topspin serves. Great work. Don't worry, this is why we train. Finally, let's hit some slice serves. Good job. Excellent work. There's also more advanced lessons we can run through if you'd like. Nice to see you, back for another advanced lesson. This time teaching you about volleys and how to move to the net in a hurry. My guys have been busy with another demonstration, this time called volleys and how to hit them. So we're talking volleys now. This demo will see us go over the different types and when's best to use each. Basics first though, what are volleys? Volleys are shots taken before the ball bounces, generally taken from the front half of the court, between the service line and the net. To trigger a volley, use one of the volley shot inputs when hitting a ball before the bounce. There are 4 types of volleys: standard, power, control, and drop. Standard volleys are started with the standard volley input. They're great when you need some pace on the ball, but can't afford to make a mistake with a higher risk power volley. Standard volleys aren't as precise as, say, a control volley, though, so you run a greater risk of them going out when you're aiming near the line. Use the power volley input to perform a power volley. You can use power volleys to punish your opponent when they've returned a weak shot high over the net within your reach. Power volleys executed in these conditions are powerful, fast, and difficult for your opponent to return. Control volleys are on the control volley input. They're not overly powerful, but give you a good amount of precision in most situations. They're pretty useful to return a low or powerful ball, so you can take advantage of their high precision. A control volley is slower than other volleys, though, so you can set your opponent up for an easy shot if your aim's off. Finally, if you want to place the ball very close to the net on your opponent's side, you can perform a drop volley by using the drop volley input. Drop volleys are a great option when your opponent is at or behind the baseline and you receive a slow ball. It forces them to run forward to get to the ball and to hit a weak shot that's easy for you to put away. They're a tricky shot to hit, though. You've got to time them well or you'll start losing points. Before you leave, let's talk about when you should and shouldn't use a volley. You want to be moving to the net when you put your opponent in a difficult position and expect to receive a slow and high easy ball for you to put away to win the point. If your opponent is out of position, moving forward and hitting the ball back before it bounces lets you play an easy volley to the open court before they can reposition. Most times, that's a winner. You can also take a chance and come to the net when your opponent isn't out of position to put them under pressure and force them to miss. It's a risky tactic, but it can throw some opponents off. Just know that it's most likely to work if you have a high volley attribute and you can hit your volleys with good timing. Make mistakes and you'll be forced to play some difficult volleys, which you'll likely miss or give back to your opponent on a silver platter. Here's a recap on the different types of volleys. We can run through that again if you want, or otherwise, it's on with the show. Start off by hitting with any of the volley types. Great, nice aim. Okay, good. Now just hit some standard volleys. Keep trying. The ideal position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. Get it with the next ball. Don't worry, this is why we train. Keep at it. Keep trying. Don't worry, this is why we train. Get it with the next ball. You're making great progress. Hit those volleys while in the highlighted area. Too close to the net to hit volleys. Move back a little to get ready for your next volley. Keep trying. Don't worry, this is why we train. Time to switch it up. Hit power volleys deep into the opponent's court. Keep at it. Keep trying. Don't worry, this is why we train. Keep at it. Get it with the next ball. Don't worry, this is why we train. Keep trying. Good job. Now hit control volleys near their sidelines. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. Get it with the next ball. Don't worry, This is why we train. Keep trying. Get it with the next ball. Really great shot. Great. Time for drop volleys near the net. Keep at it. Don't worry. This is why we train. Get it with the next ball. Keep trying. Don't worry. This is why we train. Okay, now practice hitting a ball from the baseline and then quickly move in to hit a follow-up volley. No. Try that again, but be sure to swing as the ball reaches you. Great work. Those volleys are looking good. There's another lesson waiting for you if you want to push on. Hey, welcome back. Today we're talking about returning your opponent's serve. The next demo is going to explain where you should stand to return a serve and where you should be aiming your return. In this lesson, we're talking positioning, where to stand to return a serve and where to aim your returns. Serves will come at you at a much greater speed than normal ground strokes, which is why most players stand further back behind the baseline to return them. Returning from this position gives you enough time to read the serve's trajectory and to hit your shot in good conditions. Here you see the player in what's an ideal position for returning a first serve. To return a second serve or a slow serve, though, you may choose to stand close to the baseline. This will be harder for you to time correctly, but you can take time away from your opponent as they transition from their serve and get ready for your return. Only do it if you're in your stride with the timing. Keep in mind, too, that the reflexes stat affects your ability to hit fastballs, like first serves, with precision and power. Watch this player hit the return when the ball is on the rise, taking time away from their opponent. Another way you can make a returner serve difficult for the server is to hit it deep into their court. By hitting the ball deep with your return, they will have to quickly reposition or hit the ball close to the bounce. As we've seen before, it's always harder to hit the ball when it's bouncing close to you. See how this player is returning near the opponent's baseline? Watch how the opponent's next shot gets hard to control. Here's what you should be taking away from the lesson. Hope it all went in, so that's service returns. You can head out to practice, or we can run it again for you. Okay, go ahead and start further back. Allow yourself some extra time to nail your return. Keep at it. Yeah, you're really getting this. making great progress. Now move forward to take some of your opponent's time away. Get it with the next ball. Really great shot. Love the way your forehands look. Good job. Deep returns now. Quality returns far into your opponent's side. Don't worry. This is why we train. Keep trying. Keep at it. Don't worry. This is why we train. Keep those forehands up. Get it with the next ball. Keep at it. Don't worry. This is why we train. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. Get it with the next ball. Keep at it. Don't worry. This is why we train. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. Get it with the next ball. When the ball gets close, select the shot input to take your shot. Keep trying. Keep at it. Don't worry. This is why we train. The ideal position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. Great work. Keep trying. Get it with the next ball. use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. No. Try that again, but be sure to swing as the ball reaches you. You've done great here. I'm happy with all of that. Thanks for coming back for another round of advanced lessons. Today, we're going to be focusing on a technique known as inside out. First off, we've got a demo of inside out shots and to see why you might want to use them. Okay, so now we're talking about how to hit a shot inside out and the times it might be a good idea. So what does inside out mean? Well, basically, it's when instead of just hitting the ball, you run around it first and hit with the opposite swing. So if the ball is coming to your backhand, you run around it and then hit it with the forehand. To perform an inside-out shot, you press the inside-out input while pushing the move input toward your desired hit position. That'll make you run around the other side of the ball's trajectory and hit from the opposite wing. Watch how this player moves around this backhand and hits with the forehand instead. They're doing that by pressing the inside-out input while moving around the ball before they release the swing input. And that works whether you're coming in from either side, too. Here, the player runs around a forehand to hit a backhand. Okay, so now we know what an inside-out shot is, but why would you want to use one? Glad you asked. Main reason you'd want to run around an incoming ball is to hit it with a swing, forehand or backhand, that has a higher attribute. So typically, this would be a player with a super high forehand attribute, but a lower backhand attribute. It's a move that lets you use your biggest weapon, even when your opponent has hit the ball to your weaker side. Just don't forget, you'll need more time to cover that extra distance, so you can only really use this technique when you receive a slow ball from your opponent. Also, hitting a shot inside out is likely to take you further from the center of the court and to give an opening to your opponent if they can get to your shot and hit it to the open court. Here's the lowdown on inside out and everything we've just covered. Reckon you've got the measure of inside out? We can watch the demo through again or go right on into trying it out. Start by moving around these shots and hit a well-timed inside-out forehand. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. Don't worry, this is why we train. Keep at it. Keep trying. Get it with the next ball. Your forehands are looking good. Don't forget to run around the ball and hit it inside out. Switch to the other side and hit some quality inside-out backhands. Try again, but this time move to the other side of the ball and hit it inside out. Be sure to move to the other side of the ball and hit it inside out. Try again, but this time move to the other side of the ball and hit it inside out. Keep at it. Don't worry, this is why we train. Don't forget to run around the ball and hit it inside out. Be sure to move to the other side of the ball and hit it inside out. Try again, but this time move to the other side of the ball and hit it inside out. Keep trying. Don't forget to run around the ball and hit it inside out. Be sure to move to the other side of the ball and hit it inside out. Great, nice aim. Good job. Inside-out shots are a powerful weapon, but it's important to understand when it's best to use them. Hey! Back again for more. Today we're talking attributes and how they affect players. Also in this lesson, we'll cover rally energy and how that relates to shot categories and movement. Okay, so attributes, how they affect players, and how the rally energy meter works. A player's attributes are what make and shape their play style, as well as defining their strengths and weaknesses. There are 8 attributes in play here: forehand, backhand, serve, volley, power, speed, stamina, and reflexes. Each attribute is represented by a value between 30 and 100 and represents a level of ability in that specific aspect of the game. The impact of each attribute is explained in more detail in the Player Evolution menu, which you'll be able to access from this lesson too. In addition to attributes, players can also have skills, situational bonuses that activate on specific conditions during a rally or a match. Skills can be acquired through coaches too, which unlock when a player's attributes increase and they level up. Okay, now let's talk about the fatigue that builds from moving around the court and hitting the ball. The rally energy meter under the player shows how much juice is still available to them for the current point. When it's full, player movement and shot quality are unaffected by fatigue. Once it's started to deplete, though, it starts impacting both movement and shots. The player gets slower. Shots start having lower accuracy, less power, and a higher chance of error. The rally energy meter drops more depending on the distance the player is traveling to get to the ball and on how many power shots they've hit. Players recover some energy between points, but they may not fully recover if they've just had a particularly long and physical rally. So they may start the following point with a partially depleted rally energy meter. When that happens, it's best to shorten the rally, or maybe limit your movement and use of power shots. That way, you'll recover more energy for the points coming up later. Something to keep in mind, players with a higher stamina attribute get more rally energy. Case in point, this player with high stamina using control shots to wear their opponent down during a rally. His high stamina leading him to hit the winner and finish off the point. Here's the key points to remember from our lesson. Watch that through again if you need. Otherwise, we can move on with the rest of the lesson. First, hit some control shots and see how they barely use any rally energy. To hit a control shot, be sure to release the shot input quickly and do not hold it. Don't hold the shot input for that long. Try again, but release the shot input quickly for a control shot. Way to show some finesse with that control shot. That's how you hit control shots. Okay, good. Let's move on to hitting some power shots. These use more rally energy, so remember that when you start feeling tired. Look at that backhand. Really great shot. Get it with the next ball. Love the way your forehands look. Great work out there. It's all led back up to this. Hope you're as excited about this one as I am. Time to face an opponent again. I want you to remember what you've learned about the various shot types for ground strokes, volleys, serves, and returns. As always, don't rush your shots and hit with quality timing. Start by serving to your opponent. Keep those forehands up. Your forehands are looking good. Release the shot input when the timing meter hits the green zone. Be sure to release the shot input when the timing meter is in the green. Now we're going to start returning your opponent's serves. Remember to position well and try to return deep. Try to release the shot input when the timing meter reaches the end. Excellent work out there. Congratulations. Remember, if you ever need a refresher, you can always come back and run through all our lessons again.
Hey, it's a mess out there. They can leave, but we don't care, we'll stay. I'm good right here. I've been waiting for you all year.
Hola, ¿cómo te va? Esta lección es un resumen rápido de todo lo que debes saber para dominar el fondo ofensivo. Los jugadores, eso es lo más importante que debes saber. Ahora pasemos a una lección más específica y practiquemos.
Do it one more time.
how you doing? This lesson is a quick overview of the things you should know to master baseline offense. It's a pretty straightforward playstyle, but let's review the things you should know to play a baseline attacker. Baseline attackers have two key weapons, power and serving. They use power to play very powerful shots that either end up being winners or force their opponent to return a difficult ball. When serving, they have high precision as well as high power. This often helps them to take the advantage right from the beginning of the point. Their main weaknesses are their forehand, backhand, speed, and volley shots. During longer rallies, this can cause a baseline attacker to lose the early point advantage while trying to run down balls. Baseline attackers should take advantage of flat power shots by holding the flat shot input. Prepare your shot early enough to release your power, but remember that power shots may go out of the court or into the net if performed in the wrong context. These are the most important things you need to know. Now let's go jump to a more specific lesson and practice. Welcome to another baseline offense lesson. Baseline offense players use their high power attribute to hit shots their opponent will have a hard time returning with power and accuracy. When played in the right situation and with a good timing, these shots often turn out to be winners, especially flat power shots. To hit a good flat power shot, hold the flat shot input until the power shot indicator appears and release it with the best possible timing. Now let's practice and try to hit flat power shot winners during a rally. Shots are super fun to hit, but the key is to only use them in the right situations. Otherwise, you may see your number of unforced errors go up. Nice to see you again. Baseline offense players can rely on their high serve attribute, which makes breaking their serve extremely difficult for their opponent. They're able to serve with a lot of power and precision very consistently, and can hit a lot of aces and unreturned serves. Advanced serves are their weapon of choice to achieve that. Get in position and try to hit aces or unreturned serves using advanced serves. Remember, while aiming a serve, there is a higher chance for error when you're aiming far to one side. While aiming a serve, there's a higher chance for error if you're aiming far to one side. The chance for error is higher when you aim far to one side. Try again. Nice to see you again. Baseline offense players can rely on their high serve attribute, which makes breaking their serve extremely difficult for their opponent. They're able to serve with a lot of power and precision very consistently, and can hit a lot of aces and unreturned serves. Advanced serves are their weapon of choice to achieve that. Get in position and try to hit aces or unreturned serves using advanced serves. Nice aim. Very impressive. Being able to win service games easily without spending too much energy is a huge factor in the success of players using the baseline offense playstyle. And it can be quite frustrating for their opponent. Try to make the most of it. Welcome back. I've got another baseline offense lesson for you. We've seen that baseline offense players usually win their service games pretty quickly and easily thanks to their powerful serves and flat power shots from the baseline. Now, the most challenging part for these players is to sink their teeth into their opponent's service game and try to use their power during the rally to end the point quickly. Let's get ready to return your opponent's serve and put yourself in a position to end the point quickly using your power from the baseline. Focus on your timing. Ball's at waist height, that's the best time to strike. The ideal position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. Keeping the rally short is crucial for baseline offense players to save energy and keep both focus and precision during their service game. If they let their opponent drag them into repeated long rallies, they're more likely to lose control of their shots and hit more errors, which crafty opponents know and will try to use to their advantage. Test what you've learned about baseline offense. You will be playing a tough opponent that tries to keep the rallies going and move you around. Be sure to use your serve and power shots to try and end the points quickly before they can take control. All right, let's see what you've learned. Love the way your forehands look. work. Good job. Excellent work. You have reached the end of the baseline offense playstyle lessons. If you ever want a refresher, you can always run them again. Good to see you again. I'm going to introduce you to the strengths and weaknesses of the defensive baseline playstyle. Then we'll go over how to master this playstyle. Baseline defense players are very technically sound when it comes to forehands and backhands. This allows them to aim their shots with precision, especially control shots, and forces their opponent to move around the court a lot. Baseline defenders are also very fast and remain in good shape throughout a match. Because of this, they are able to return balls that other players might not be able to return. Their main weaknesses are serve, volley, and power. Instead of relying on powerful shots or serves to take the advantage in a rally, they work towards getting points from the baseline using their precise shots. The go-to play for baseline defense is to use control shots. Topspin control shots are particularly efficient at moving an opponent when aimed short and cross-court. Slice shots are also useful to neutralize an opponent by making them play low balls. That sums up the most important things you need to know. Next up, we will go through more specific lessons in practice. Baseline defense players can aim their control shots with surgical precision because of their high forehand and backhand attributes. This forces their opponent to cover a lot of ground and to return shots far from the center of the court. In particular, topspin control shots are the most efficient shots for moving your opponent far from the center of the court with short cross-court shots. All right, now win some points using control shots. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. When the ball gets close, select the shot input to take your shot. It's okay. Get the next one. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. Playing defense, remember to use control shots to conserve your energy and get your opponent running to neutralize their offense. Feel free to jump to the next lesson or to replay this one for extra practice. Welcome to another baseline defense lesson. Tactically, you want to wear your opponent down when you are playing defense from your baseline. The best way to do that is to move your opponent around during longer rallies and reduce their rally energy. Opponents that are low on rally energy will become tired and make more mistakes. Okay, now wear them down by moving them around the court. Focus on your timing. Keep it in between the lines. Focus on your timing. use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. Always remember when playing defense that you want to wear your opponent down and let them make a mistake. I have some more to teach you when you're ready. Good to see you. In this lesson, we will cover using passing shots. Knowing how to react against an opponent coming to the net is important for a baseline defensive player. The first thing to do is to not panic and wait for a good opportunity to try a passing shot. Put your opponent in a bad position first and force them to return a weak shot. Let your opponent get in close and then hit a winner past them. When the ball gets close, select the shot input to take your shot. Is at the net. Just stay calm and look for an opportunity for a passing shot. Now you can run through this again if you would like, or move on to the next lesson. Hey, this is it. It's time to test what you have learned about baseline defense. You will be playing a tough opponent, so remember to move them around with control shots to tire them out, and look for opportunities to pass them when they're at the net. Okay, show me what you got. Those backhands are great. Great. Nice aim. When the ball's at waist height, that's the best time to strike. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. You're making great progress. Great job. Congratulations for reaching the end of the baseline defense playstyle lessons. If you ever want a refresher, you can always run them again. It's great to have you back. Let's take a closer look at the specifics of the serve and volley playstyle. Let's start with the obvious. Serve and volley players have very high serve and volley attributes. This gives them the ability to force easy balls off their opponent's return of serve and to execute excellent volleys, even when receiving a difficult-to-return passing shot. They also have great reflexes, which allows them to react quickly to fast incoming balls and to keep control of their shots in these difficult situations. They do have some weaknesses, though. Serve and volley players have a hard time keeping a rally going from the baseline because of their low forehand, backhand, power, and stamina. You can move to the net after the follow-through of a shot by holding the rush net input before the serve, or before playing a baseline shot to finish the point with a volley. That covers the important things you need to know. Next up, we will go through more specific lessons and practice. Welcome to the most important serve and volley lesson. Serving the ball and immediately following to the net for a volley can significantly reduce the time your opponent has to react. That is why this playstyle can be very effective. I want you to practice serving and moving in behind it with a volley for your next shot. Remember, if you get in trouble during a game, serving and moving to the net for a volley is the basis of this playstyle. Now we can move to the next lesson whenever you want. Hi, in this lesson, I want you to hustle to the net after a ground stroke so your opponent has to hit a difficult shot. This allows you to take advantage of your high volley attribute and put pressure on your opponent when they are at a disadvantage. One of the most critical aspects to master when you are a serve and volley player is to find the right moment during a baseline rally to move to the net. If you decide to go to the net after a weak shot in mid-court, it will be easy for your opponent to pass you because you are vulnerable. It's better to move to the net when you know your opponent's shot will be difficult because of a fast ball or a shot played far on the side of the court. Use the rush net input combined with the shot input to move to the net during your swing. During this rally, choose a point to move to the net and win the point with a volley. Do it at the right time so you don't give them an easy passing shot. Keep moving into the net like that to put pressure on your opponent, and games will often go in your favor. Whenever you're ready, I have more lessons for us to run through. Good to see you again. Let's look at how to hit an overhead smash. To prevent you from hitting volleys, your opponent will sometimes hit a lob to go over your head. Unless their lob is perfect, you'll have the opportunity to smash it. If the lob is too high for a smash, you should be able to turn around and hit the ball before the second bounce. Okay, hit these incoming lobs with a well-timed overhead smash while staying near the net. Be sure to release the shot input when the timing meter is in the green. Try to release the shot input when the timing meter reaches the end. Release the shot input when the timing meter hits the green zone. Be sure to release the shot input when the timing meter is in the green. Aren't those fun? Just remember to not stay too close to the net, so you won't be as vulnerable to deep court lobs. Next up, we will test what you have learned about the serve and volley playstyle against an opponent. Hello again. It's time to show me that you understand how to play the serve and volley style against an opponent. Remember to follow your serves to the net to try and finish the point with a single volley. When you are playing at the baseline, look for opportunities to rush the net and win with a volley. And don't get too close to the net so you can hit any potential lobs with an overhead smash. All right, let's see what you got while serving. The ideal position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. Keep those forehands up. Great work. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. That's okay. Get the next one. Good job. Congratulations for reaching the end of the serve and volley playstyle lessons. Feel free to run through them anytime you want a refresher. It's great to have you back. Let's take a closer look at the specifics of all-rounder playstyle. This playstyle relies on a good mastery of all the shots in tennis, allowing these players to throw all types of shots and tactics at their opponent to disrupt them and prevent them from setting up their game and playing to their strength. Low slices, angled topspin shots, passing shots, and the occasional net play, combined with decent movement, are part of the arsenal of an all-rounder, making it difficult to really find a weakness to exploit for their opponent. Having no weaknesses also means all-rounders don't really have a major strength or weapon they can rely on to win points quickly and easily. They need to constantly adapt and react to their opponent, and failing to execute their shots properly is likely to make it difficult for them to take the advantage in rallies. That covers the important things you need to know. Next up, we will go through more specific lessons and practice. Let's keep going. In this lesson, I'll show you how to use your opponent's power against them using flat control shots. When your opponent hits a powerful shot that comes at you fast, you won't have enough time to fully charge a power shot. But if you use a perfectly timed flat control shot, you'll be able to return the ball with a lot of speed and use your opponent's power against them. Wait for your opponent to hit a really fast ball, like a serve or a ground stroke, and hit a flat control shot with perfect timing. Use it during a rally and win the point. Keep it in between the lines. Focus on your timing. When the ball gets close, select the shot input to take your shot. Keep it in between the lines. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. in between the lines. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. The ideal position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. this technique when you play against players who like to hit the ball very hard. That will give them less time for their next shot and will disrupt their pattern. Be careful though. Mistiming your shot is likely to result in a slow ball in the center of the court that will be easy for your opponent to put away. Hello. In this lesson, I want to look at using drop shots. There are many ways to keep your opponent guessing and take them out of their comfort zone. If you see your opponent standing far behind the baseline, use a drop shot to draw them to the net. Or better yet, win the point. Drop shots are particularly effective against slow or tired players. Push your opponent to the back of the court and then win the point with a well-placed drop shot. That's okay. Get the next one. Focus on your timing. Careful with your forehands. The next one. again, but be sure to swing as the ball reaches you. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. The ideal position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. Keep it in between the lines. That's okay. Get the next one. Excellent work out there. Remember, you should always be thinking about moving your opponent around the court, and that includes pulling them forward with drop shots. If you're ready to test what you've learned about all court playing, we can move forward. But feel free to restart this lesson and practice drop shots again. Okay, that's it for the theory. Now let's practice against an opponent, combining baseline offense and serve and volley play styles. As we discussed, variety is key. You'll need to select the right shot at the right time to disrupt your opponent and prevent them from executing their game plan. Try to move them around the court with topspin shots. Use slice shots to keep the ball low and prevent them from attacking. Flat control shots to counter their attacks. And go to the net when you see an opportunity to end the point. Okay, let's play some points now. When the ball gets close, select the shot input to take your shot. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. When the ball's at waist height, that's the best time to strike. Focus on your timing. Watch the aim and power on your backhand. Keep it in between the lines. Try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. That's okay. The next one. Try that again, but be sure to swing as the ball reaches you. Focus on your timing. You're making great progress. When the ball gets close, select the shot input to take your shot. When the ball's at waist height, that's the best time to strike. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. Keep it in between the lines. Focus on your timing. The ideal position position to hit the ball is when it's around waist height. Now, try that again, but be sure to swing as the ball reaches you. Remember to try to hit the ball when it's around waist height. Be sure to use a shot input to swing when the ball gets near you. So good! You did really well. That's the end of the all-rounder playstyle lessons. Some of the techniques we learned here are valuable for all playstyles, so don't hesitate to come back from time to time.